Procrastination. I procrastinate. I wait until the very last second to do anything, and it's because I don't have the self-discipline or the motivation to do anything. Now that's a very hard pill to swallow, but if I'm being honest with myself, nobody is coming to help me out of the hole that I dig for myself every single day. There's no magical power that's going to get rid of all my problems and all my worries and all my fears. I am totally and utterly alone. And over the last week I've had to come to terms that the world is just a place. People kill each other over their beliefs, their religion, their opinions, and even just how they look. And trying to find people on earth who truly care about other people is proving itself to be more difficult than ever in these trying times. And if I or anyone else has any dreams of ever getting anywhere and rising above everyone else, is through hard work. Working harder, working longer, and working more efficiently than anybody else. That is the most difficult thing I've ever had to accept in my entire life. That nothing happens in life without hard work or diligence. Now, I know where I want to be in the next 10 years, and I know what I want to achieve, and I know where I want to be. But I need to put a process in how I'm going to do it and how I'm going to stay motivated towards the goals I want to achieve. Now, I'm definitely not the only person who feels like this, and it's definitely a coming of age of a 14-year-old kid who's still trying to figure out this game of life. But over the last week, I've studied and analyzed some of my most influential role models and heroes that I personally look up to. And what I found is many of them have quite common denominators in how they live their lives. And I've put together a list of 5 things that they all share that I hope to incorporate in my daily lifestyle towards staying motivated and hungry for success, and maybe that you could possibly use in your daily life and quest for success. So with that being said, here are my 5 steps to staying motivated and having control over your life. Number 1, wake up early. Tim Cook, Richard Branson, Michelle Gass. What do these CEOs have in common? They all wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Now, their thought process behind waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning is nothing happens at 4 o'clock in the morning. There's no texts, there's no emails, there's no phone calls, there's no crises that are happening. It's just 100% total focus. Number 2, make your own goals and expectations. People who rely solely on what other people think will end up making a product or service or creating art that isn't necessarily theirs, but the people's arts, which sometimes isn't a bad thing. But I don't really think that you can truly find yourself by only taking other people's opinions to heart. A very wise man once told me that it's not an entrepreneur's job to give the people what they want, but it's an entrepreneur's job to give the people what they don't know that they want yet. I think this holds great value because you'll end up making more interesting and compelling work if you make what people don't know that they want yet, instead of just giving them what they already know they want. Number 3, never lose sight of the bigger picture. People usually deal with pain and suffering by compartmentalizing the pain and dealing with it in little chunks and putting little chunks of their pain and suffering into little parts that they can deal with at different times in their life. Almost like little sections. And more often than not, myself included, I'll get focused on this very minorly important task, like say doing my homework. And I'll finish the task, leaving doing that homework, feeling like I accomplished nothing, feeling like I wasted my time. And I lose sight of the bigger picture of completing school and getting out of school. But then I get so depressed off the fact that, I just wasted an hour doing homework. And I think if you never lose sight of what you're doing, you'll constantly stay motivated towards the things you want to achieve, because you know every time you finish something, you're getting one step closer to that big goal. Number 4, accept defeat. Sometimes you're going to make some great stuff and sometimes you're going to make some bad stuff. And I think it's the most powerful tool to understand when it's a good time to leave a conversation, to leave a business, to leave a project, and just know that your time is more valuable and more efficiently used elsewhere than wasting it on something that isn't necessarily going to be that successful or that substantial to other people. It's really going to help them. And that's just the learning process. Failing and winning and failing and winning and doing it all over again just to get better and better every day. Number 5, surround yourself with the people you want to become. My mom once told me you become who you surround yourself with. If you are friends with drug dealers, you'll end up doing drugs. But if you're friends with millionaires, you end up becoming a millionaire. And it's important to associate yourself with people who you want to become so that you can not only become who they are, but also become your own person and hold each other accountable towards the goals that you both want to achieve, and just become greater and better people together. So this is merely a summary of what I've found all my heroes to be doing, but more than that, it's an investigative study as a token for me to come back to when I'm feeling lost and unmotivated, so I can remind myself that I can do it and I have the power to do it and I know what I have to do, and that I have the power to stand out of the crowd and push through the society that's trying to push me into a 9-to-5 job, making minimum wage, living an unhappy lifestyle. And if you take anything from this video, know that what you put in is what you get out, and the fight for the fittest will inevitably end in the last man putting in the most work.
Loving.